Hi everyone, it's Bella, and today I'd like to talk to you about the full moon we are having in Leo at 9 degrees on the 28th of January 2021. Now, during a full moon, there is a focus on opposites such as work and home, pleasure and responsibilities. Relationships can become challenged and heated, and your emotions are closer to the surface, and therefore you're much more easily triggered and much more likely to respond reactively. And issues of the past versus the future, me versus us, is coming to the forefront with this Leo moon for change and growth. There's also an intense possibility for serious conversations about love, about money, about values, control, possessiveness, and relationships on a deep level. Therefore, it is important to rather use the stronger intuition that you have at this time and feel your way through what's being unveiled with this full moon. Challenges in relationships can bring opportunity to try and acknowledge where there is an imbalance and to see it from a higher and a different perspective. What is needed to change in order to correct it or not correct it and maybe end it. In numerology, the number 9 also emphasizes the need to get in touch with our feelings and express how we really feel and be willing to let go in some area in order to face our real, deepest emotions and truth. Now, looking at the aspects, we have a T-square between the Sun and Jupiter conjunct in Aquarius in opposition to the Moon in Leo, which is very passionate, both squaring the apex Mars in Taurus, which is also very physical, through which this super fixed, intense energy releases. And something needs to change and be done in a new and different way. There's a way you might not have seen or have thought of before that could become more illuminated during this time. But either way, something's got to give. Full moon in Leo is about what you truly want, what really gives you joy, and really asking yourself what it is that you want as an individual. Now, this is also a moon where Venus is conjuncting Pluto at this time. And there's a danger of manipulation, powerful sexual attraction, as well as karmic connections can come with this moon's energy. And the need to connect in partnership on a very, very deep level and deeply probing emotional needs from a different perspective is coming up. This is also the type of configurations where love affairs can be exposed. They can begin or they can end. But there's an energy of choices here, choices that are hard to make, choices we might not want to make or face, or being prevented from making these liberating choices, feeling stuck in a me and we kind of pressure polarity. And the intense energy squaring it could bring more aggressive emotional reactions to sudden revelations or events, with Uranus also there still with Mars, that reveal the true feelings behind this triangular energy. And you might feel more powerful and have more gut to really say how you feel and what you want with this moon. So if you've been feeling confused or undecided, this moon might bring events to the forefront or information to the forefront or sudden realizations and clarity that helps you to have that courage to really say what needs to be said. How will our choices affect others? What do you and I and we need to change or end that involves control, that involves the past, in order to create a freer future that will resonate in joy and fulfillment, rooted in authenticity, in love, and independent ownership of your own happiness. Independent ownership of your own happiness. Are you being swept up in someone else's path? Is this really the way? And is it the only way? Own who you are and what you truly want, is what this moon is saying to you. Taking responsibility for your life path from here on forward and what you would like it to look like. The past and the future. Jolted into a new perspective on a situation which demands courage and self-control and a certain degree of loss in order to be free to grab the new that is presenting itself. There are long-term consequences and results from our choices, and therefore it is important to spend time getting in contact with ourselves and God during this time. This is about the truest desires deep within yourself for your life, the life in your life, and your relationships. And this is about the head and the heart, your future, and taking action forward towards it. The energy is very impulsive though. It's super fast, it's reactive, it's heated, and it can lead to fights, it can lead to confrontations, it can lead to embarrassments and accidents due to anger outbursts and violence. Something that has been fixed and the same way, sort of holding you for a long time, is being shaken up. And you need to decide how you can handle this with self-control, forethought, forgiveness, and caution. Staying true to yourself while taking others into consideration as well. It could be a very good time to get in touch with your inner child and reconnect to what makes you feel alive and what makes you smile. When you think about it, where do you compromise too much of who you are? And where have you sort of blended into other people or other situations where you don't even recognize yourself anymore? And where do you need to rebalance and make constructive changes that might not be so easy, but will be ultimately leading you to a happier life? This is also about breaking patterns, and it's also about maybe having to face something that you thought was certain that might not be as certain anymore. This is also about relationships and what you truly need in them, whether it's a work relationship where you might want more freedom in them, new ways in creating more freedom in them. And it's about being able to safely and trustingly express your true self in your relationships with your children, in your work environment, in your personal relationships, with the act of living, in assessing what you truly value now and how are you being valued. Where are you giving too much? Where are you not free to be yourself? Where are you holding back in order to keep other people happy? Where are you watering dead plants? This is about what really makes you feel good and how you can free yourself towards it without manipulation and control by others or over others. And this full moon is also in the nakshatra of Pushaya, which has the cow as a symbol, highlighting inner nourishment and guidance to that which feeds our growth, development, and inner security. Our emotions could outwardly be manifesting and be deeply felt on a physical level during this full moon, with the affected time period of about 2 weeks whilst we're still under the influence of the last new moon as well, overlapping this full moon's energy, which emphasizes the importance of the decisions we are facing and being in our own power. Mercury will also be turning retrograde in Aquarius on the 30th of January, and it has been in its shadow phase since the 15th of January already. So you might have already been rethinking and pondering on much. We might not feel confident for sure about anything until Mercury goes direct on the 20th of February, which is when we should be able to move forward, finding closure finally and getting resolve as we feel more inner calmness after some decisions have been made in order for us to move forward with conviction. And as with any Mercury retrograde, you want to be more mindful with internet security, saving your files, protecting your information, losing electronics. It's not a great idea to buy new electronics if you can help it during this Mercury retrograde. Not signing any contracts or embarking on anything new unless it was decided sort of as a final yes before the retrograde. And clear communication, of course, is best. It's better to double check that you're being understood and that you have clearly heard what's been said and what's been intended for you to understand, as misunderstandings can be much more prevalent during this time. And I will end with the inside degrees for 9 degrees of Leo. A solid gold egg, the bare stark truth, the singular accomplishment of heavy labors, an extraordinary gift, yet it is endangered. The gift is to be quintessentially yourself, and this gift abounds, surrounded by danger, seen falsely by others, turned around. Digging your way out of history, you are compelled to puncture the illusion of image. The drama distorts. What is pristine remains inviolable, yet so much is lost, irretrievable, and irretrievably. Each subtle weakness takes charge, the long way around to a very simple quality that would mean nothing unless it was first gone. Suffering and self-knowledge. All comes easy, nothing comes easy. The riddle of destiny. Jeremiah 29:11 says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans for welfare and not for evil, to give you a future and a hope." May the sun shine bright on you this day. Until next time.